Everybody
and
be
he
losing
becomes
it.
He becomes like a permanent third member of
My God.
of our podcast.
That'd be amazing.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 207. I'm Dan.
I'm John.
And I'm Barack Obama. Man?
Just each week.
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker. We're gonna take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up. Wanna give a motherfucker sucker, put your hand up.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 56 of the ScruffCast. I'm Dan.
And I'm John.
And today, we're back with another podcast.
I've been listening back to a couple of our episodes, and I noticed we always start saying we're back.
Because we're used to having, like, such lengthy hiatuses that we...
That's what I was thinking. It's like we just really want to let the listeners know, hey, we're still around.
Yeah, we should start saying that instead. Welcome to episode 56. We're still here.
Yeah, it should just be, we're here.
We're here. All right.
Well, we're here, so let's
Get
into
right into it.
Jump into it.
And lucky for everyone listening, we got no emails this week, so we won't be rambling on with the emails only.
I think we got lucky, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, where we hit 3 emails. And we're like, this is
2 weeks
awesome.
ago. Yeah.
We don't have to do any of the work.
We were riding high for a few weeks there and just plummeted.
Yeah, I think 2 weeks ago we turned the listener emails into 35 minutes worth of podcast. Now we got to do it all on our own. It's been a while.
The question to ponder this week was a little too difficult. Maybe.
I think so. I know our listeners can handle it, but I think they're just a little lazy this week.
Yeah. And also, nobody came up with any names for the Hayabusa police force.
Yeah, we had the side question. You may remember last week we talked
about
the badass.
I also don't have any.
Oh, really?
But you do. So let's just get it out of the way.
All right. So I struggled with the actual question to ponder, but I had a good answer for the Hayabusa police force. I'm going to call them the Hayabusa Knights. With a K.
I got it. I thought you were going to come with a lot more than that.
No, dude, that'd be badass.
It'd be all right. But
oh shit, the Hayabusa Knights?
Would Suzuki let them use the name in their title? Because Hayabusa is the name of the bike made by Suzuki, right?
Sure, but is Suzuki really going to say no to the Hayabusa Knights? Dude, boom.
Well, fair enough.
Going to bust your kneecap.
Yeah, you're right. The Hayabusa Knights it is. I was thinking like Strike Force 7. That's like all I had in my head.
No, I thought I had to go with like the badass like persona.
Well, Strike Force 7 is also pretty cool. I just came up with that right now.
No, it sounds like a type of shoe.
The new Kawaii Strike Force 7s.
Yo, homie, you got those Strike Force 7? SF7?
You know it. Okay, well, that's it. All right, question to ponder. From last week is, what problem or situation did TV or movies make you think would be common, but when you grew up found out it wasn't? John?
So I struggled with this one because I was trying to think of, typical problems from TV and movies. Makes you think of like, when you'd watch stuff from the 90s and it's like, oh no, this person, thinks I said this, but now they're never going to know the truth. And it's like a lot of these problems would be solved if people had like cell phones back then. You just text people.
Yeah.
So I try to think of something more practical that would still apply today. So one thing that I think takes place in a lot of like movies and TV shows, I guess more of like coming of age stories, if you will, is like peer pressure, right?
Yeah.
You have like kids growing up and they go to high school and it's like, hey dude, you want to try these drugs?
You want to do these drugs? That's a good one.
You want some liquid shatter?
Whoa!
I don't want any of that.
What is that?
But maybe it's my just general like attitude, or maybe it's the fact that I have a lot of friends in high school.
No,
but
but
I never really found it to be a big issue.
Maybe we just got lucky. I don't know, but
maybe we're so like strong-willed and tough.
That's definitely what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right though. I never found like in high school I was peer pressured into anything. Nothing.
Whoa, Dan, come on! You got to do this.
Don't you want to be cool? Like I never heard that once from anyone.
No, I don't want to be.
Think about like the Saved by the Bell episodes. Remember the special drug one they did? There's no hope with dope.
They really had to drive the message home.
Yeah, exactly. It was like a little PSA at the end,
Yeah.
like Mr. Belding's there and Zach Morris and stuff. My answer kind of follows somewhat of the same lines yours does. Mine's bullying.
Oh, dude, that's a good one.
I know.
You know what?
And I'm sure it exists out there, probably. And I'm not talking about like this like cyberbullying, calling someone like a poo-poo head online and that person like killing themselves. I mean like,
yeah, poo-poo head.
You know, like getting bullied in school or like beat up and stuff like that. Like this, and maybe I'm just lucky. I don't know. Maybe we're just the school I went to. We didn't go to the same school, so that's the school I went to. Maybe we're just lucky, but literally nothing ever happened like that. Nothing. As a matter of fact, like the loser kids were the biggest jerks out of all of them.
They had the hardened exterior.
Yeah, it's like for no good reason. Do you remember that? Remember Kagan?
I do remember.
You remember him?
We're just putting him on blast right now.
Like he's ever gonna listen to this.
No.
Who cares? He's a loser anyway. Him and his ugly ass sister.
Ugh.
God, remember her?
Yeah.
What a yeah, I remember like in elementary school, like, you know, we didn't really talk to him, but just here and there, he was okay. By the time I got into high school, I remember I had a class with him. I remember just being like, hey, Keg, whatever. And he was just like a dick. I was like, dude, what's your problem, man? Like, first off, you're the loser here, okay? You don't gotta talk to me like that. I'm just trying to be respectful, you know?
You're just saying, hey.
Just saying, hey, what's up, Kagan?
Making small talk. But I find as the older I get, the sort of less tolerance I have for stuff like small talk in my life. So I have a specific memory. It was my sister's birthday, I think last year or 2 years ago. And, you know, we went out for lunch. And, you know, one of my uncles, I'm not going to say which uncle. It's not Uncle Sheldon.
It's not Uncle Sheldon?
No.
Okay.
So saying, oh, how are things going? How's the job? And I'm like, you're not interested in these answers at all.
Did you say that to him?
No, but that's what I'm thinking. And I'm like, why are we wasting our time pretending?
I know.
Let me just go back to my chicken tenders or whatever I'm eating, you know?
I know what you mean. Like, the more time goes on, too, I find, like, if I don't like somebody,
Yeah.
like, it's gonna, like, if I don't like somebody now, like, I'm not gonna fake it. I'm not gonna, like, fake that I like this person. Like, it happens at work, it happens, right? There's some people, like, you just don't like, and there's valid reasons for the reasons I don't like these people. And, instead of being fake to them, or instead of being a douche to them, they do not exist to me. If they walk by me, I don't look at them. If you know what I mean? That's just the way I deal with it now. You just don't exist in my life anymore.
Which is like
an episode of American Dad, I think. He does that, where he just pretends people don't exist.
Really?
It's like a little side part. He's just like, boop, you're gone. Just like someone's yelling at him, boop, you're gone. And then that's it.
Which is like just, pretty funny. Salt in the wound. It makes it even worse.
Continues on his happy life.
Because there's a great episode of, a moment from an episode of Mad Men, which I don't think you've ever watched. But
No.
The main character, Don Draper, is like so suave and, you know, just a cool dude. Mm-hmm. And there's this like, you know, really incessant character, Pete Campbell, right? And he's really getting on his case. And Don's in the elevator, and Pete's getting off the elevator. He says something, you know what I think about you? Blah, blah, blah. And Don Draper just goes, I don't think about you at all. And the elevator just closes like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
You know, it's just driving Pete nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff like that, right? Yeah.
True,
It's like, as you get older, you don't have time for that stuff.
Yeah. I don't want to... I just don't want to entertain anybody in that way. Like, I don't...
Yeah. Like,
I don't care.
What are they going to do?
If I don't like you, I don't care if you know about it.
Not
like,
be your friend?
What's the big... Like, there's a difference between being, like, rude, obviously, or and just being honest. Because, like, you know, someone's trying to make, like, some small talk with you, be like, well, like, why can't you just be like, listen, man, I don't like you. You know? There's no hard feelings. I don't like you. That is what it is. We don't have to talk to each other, and we can just leave it at that. Why can't you just do that to people? Like, think about how many people you dislike.
You could.
You know?
Yeah, dude, some days I go to work, I just put my headphones on. I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah. I'm going to try that
the other day.
Thing, snapping people away. Oh, see you.
Like, I hear one guy in the office, like, fighting a parking ticket. Like, he's, like, sitting, you know, in the area I'm in. And I'm like, come on, I'm just trying to pretend I'm doing some work over here.
Dude, shut up.
I like that snapping idea. Whoop.
Oh, see you. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Start trying that one now.
But, so your answer to the question upon it was bullying.
Oh,
so a
right.
question I had was...
Oh, yeah.
You know, you watch TV shows and stuff. How many people per year do you think actually get, like, the held upside down, their head swirled in the toilet bowl?
No one, I don't think.
Not a single person?
Especially nowadays.
Yeah, nowadays be ridiculous.
Yeah, it couldn't happen now. No, but I remember, like, specifically... Well, not really specifically, but... Do you remember, like, when you enter grade 9 and... What do they call, like, Niner week or something like that?
I don't know.
Like, you get ninered? Have you ever heard of that?
Maybe.
I remember it was like this big hype like this big fuss. So like all the grade 9s, it was like every Friday of the first month of school, like the grade 9s, like, oh, watch out, they're gonna get 9'd and like stuff like that. Like,
what you think about now, and it just sounds so stupid.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, don't go to the washroom because there's gonna be people waiting in there for you. Like that's what it was like. But like nothing happened. Literally nothing ever happened. I never saw anything.
It's like urban legends.
Yeah, that's honestly what it's like, and just the whole thing, man. Like I don't know. I'm sure stuff happens other places, maybe, but
I don't know. Do we have any like younger listeners?
Doesn't your brother listen to this?
No.
He's probably the bully.
He is the bully. He got... No, it wasn't him. I don't know if I told this story before on the podcast. I think I might have told you this, but off the podcast maybe. But one of my brother's friends wrote on his other friend's piece of paper. So his one friend's name is Chase, right?
I think you told him on the podcast.
He wrote on... like one of his friends wrote on this kid Chase's paper, said Chase is gay, and the kid got suspended from school for a day.
That's homophobic slur.
Okay, yeah, sure. Technically, that's true. But suspended?
Relax.
For a day?
Settle down.
Like, come on.
I know. I get it. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like... Dude, you remember when we were in grade... I don't know what grade we were in, but remember our teacher just called out Anthony at one time? Because I remember you had this like, all right, so the story is like John, we were like, grade 8 maybe, so we're like, you're going through puberty and you're starting to grow like little bits of facial hair. John had this one just randomly really long hair, and he didn't notice it was there with the rest of his
It turned into a magnificent beard 17 years later.
So we were all like pretending to like pull hairs from our chins to see if he would notice.
They're bugging me because they're jealous.
So Anthony got like a little extreme, and we were like sitting in class. He took like a pen and put it to his face and pretended he was like pulling the pen out. And the teacher just like turned to him, and she's like, "Anthony, no one's laughing. You're not funny." I bet you teachers get in trouble for that now, though. If, like,
oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, but she like just shut him down so quick. He's just like, "Oh," like just that was it.
Like
right?
if you're a teacher, how could you not just want to put the kids in their place?
I know. I remember.
I forgot about that long chin hair.
Remember Matt Cologne?
Would it make me feel vulnerable on the podcast?
Sorry.
Oh, we put him on blast, first and last name.
Yeah. He also, guys, never got. I haven't talked to that guy in over like 10 years.
He used to wear a hat on his head like as if it was floating. It was like just barely clinging to the fibers of his hair.
Yeah, it could be. You could be in a hurricane and this thing would still stick to his head somehow. But I remember his mom was a supply teacher in elementary school.
She looked like the weakest link lady. You are the weakest link.
Oh,
goodbye.
Yeah,
don't you remember this?
Yeah, no, I don't remember that part.
Oh well, she looked like that lady.
Oh, anyway, I don't even know.
She was a supply teacher.
Oh, she was a supply teacher. Remember Jason Joseph putting everybody on blast here. Yeah. You know how he was just like rambunctious and like wild as a kid.
Rambunctious, dude. It's such a good description.
Yeah, that's like perfect for him. Anyway, she was like, "Jason, shut up!" She just like lost it, and then the whole class like was dying laughing. We're like 10. The whole class is dying laughing, and she's like, "No, I meant to say shush up." Like she was like trying to backtrack, right? But you can tell she just got frustrated and just like lost it,
dude. And like nowadays, like Jason just could go home and cry to his parents because spoilers, he's black and the teacher's white.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
And she get charged for like hate crime.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Shush up. Come on.
Yeah, she was trying to. Yeah, no, I meant to say shush up. And like Matt was in the class too. She's like, "Matthew, don't I say that at home?" And he was like, "No." Like, totally did not back her up.
Kids are so stupid like that sometimes. Like I remember we took we went out for dinner. I think to Kelsey or something like that, and we said it was my sister's birthday. When I don't know, she must have been like 8 or 9 or something like that. Mm-hmm. Maybe even younger. And her birthday was in like 2 weeks or something from then, right? But my parents said, "Oh, it's her birthday." And they started to bring out the cake and stuff. She goes, "What? It's not my birthday. My birthday's not for like 6 months." They're like,
"Oh my god,
what's wrong with you?" Because now the people working there are thinking like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, look at these parents just trying to get the free meal or the free dessert, trying to use their kid for a free dessert.
And okay, maybe it was 2 weeks away, but like she said, like 6 months.
Yeah,
like kids like. Sometimes they're just dumb that way. They're honest when they don't need to be.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So that was the question upon it.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, what else we got here? Oh, update on the Toronto Raptors. The Toronto Raptors are in the finals. Have we talked about the Raptors since they've been in the finals?
No.
Did we talk about
you said that they were in the finals.
Yeah, they're in the finals.
And then we said we'd give maybe an update each week.
It's tied 1-1.
The series tied 1-1.
They won the first game.
Yeah.
Should have won the second game. Whatever. It doesn't matter. They play again on Wednesday,
Which will be the day this podcast releases.
Oh, so they're
We're
playing
recording on
today.
Monday.
For everyone listening, it's gonna be a great game
Yeah.
in Golden State.
Everybody listens the day the podcast releases, right?
Obviously,
You better.
if not, then they're almost like time travelers, and they already know the score of this game we're talking about.
And you're coming back in time. That's so lame. You got to listen when the podcast releases. 6 a.m. on Wednesdays.
We put stuff in here for the exact time it's gonna be released.
Yeah.
So listen on time. That's all we're saying.
Jabroni.
Okay, that's it. That's all I want to touch upon.
Even Obama came into town. I
Yeah?
tried to get him on the ScruffCast, but he was too busy.
Should I tell the story?
Go for it.
All right, I'm gonna tell the story. So, last night, my parents live in the Etobicoke area, so we went over, as I do every Sunday night. And so after the game was done, so Obama was at the Raptors game.
Yes.
So after the game was done, we decided to leave. So we get Leo ready, we hop in the car and we go. So we're driving down the Gardner, and all of a sudden, to my left, like a black SUV kind of pulls up. And all of a sudden I see these like flashing lights, almost like cop lights. And I was kind of like, oh, what the hell was that? And Anna was like, oh, I don't know. And right behind that car was two blacked out like Escalades following like super close behind, right? So this lead car that was in front, like the SUV, had like this green light at the back. And it was like kind of going on, off, on, whatever, right? So they cut in front of us, and like as soon as one goes, all three of them go together. So we're like, who the hell could this be? Like, this is like some serious kind of like security going on here, right?
Yeah.
And Anna was kind of thinking like, oh, I wonder if it's Drake. He was at the game, right? I was like, nah, it wouldn't be Drake. Like, he wouldn't have this much going on here. And I said, I bet you it was Obama. I bet it's Obama. So she messages her brothers. Her brother ends up Googling it, and apparently, like the lead car with that green light, it means what was it? Diplomatic security. That's what like that light is for. I think so.
So it must be Obama.
I think it was Obama. So Obama cut us off.
You threw him a little peace sign.
I did.
Come on down the ScruffCast, homie.
I flew by them, zooming in my Honda Civic. It's not even my Honda Civic actually, but
you zoomed nonetheless.
Just dusted him. I raced Obama and I won.
There you go. If he wants to set the record straight, he can come on the podcast anytime.
Yeah, can you
Anytime.
imagine?
Oh, dude, we'd instantly become famous.
Oh my god, like that'd be way better than any guest we'd even think of. We talked about like Neil deGrasse Tyson, Adam Savage,
Like those
Adam
guests would
Sandler.
Those guests would be cool. And like maybe they'd even be more interesting to talk to than
Oh,
Obama.
for sure, yeah.
But Obama would
we
put
have
us on
Obama
the map. Like I feel like Obama would be probably the best guest for PR reason. Like even better than if we put like Donald Trump on there. We'd become like super famous instantly, but people would complain and hate us.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Obama, everybody would be like, "Oh, well, we love Obama. He's the best." So if he comes on the ScruffCast,
Can you imagine he comes down to here? Like we get the third mic out for him.
dude, I'd even let him do the intro number.
Oh my
It'd be all out of sync. He'd be like,
Welcome to episode.
"I'm Dan, I'm John, and I'm Barack Obama,
and I'm Barack Obama."
Everybody
And
be
he
losing
becomes
it.
he becomes like a permanent third member of
My god,
of our podcast.
that'd be amazing.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 207. I'm Dan.
I'm John.
And I'm Barack Obama. Can you imagine?
Just each week.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be awesome. But you know what? What would you do?
Barack,
If,
what's your answer for the question to ponder? I'll tell you what, I'd take my toes over my fingers. By that point, we'd just have terrible questions to
dude,
ponder.
but it would be
As we
great though
already do.
because now we'd have the third person to break any ties, right?
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Right? That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Also, for everyone listening, we're not looking for a third.
No,
Barack Obama's the only person we take as a third, so
Yeah.
don't get any ideas.
the other people we say like they're the shoe-in guest. Barack, you're like the shoe-in host anytime. We can officially let you join.
Yeah.
We'll even up it. We'll even up our podcast day routine where we go out and we get 20 Timbits from Tim Hortons. We'll get 30.
Yeah.
Barack, if you want, we'll get 40.
Yeah, we can get an extra few.
Yeah. Or if you're worried about like your blood sugar, we'll cut it down. We'll get 10 and share
Yeah.
between us.
But he's got to pick up the tab, like every third week, you know.
Oh yeah, he's got to chip in for sure.
Yeah. Come on. And if he wants one of these fancy mic stands we have now, he's got to get one of those too.
He'll have to prove himself because we only have 2 of these nice desk clamping mic stands. Yeah. So he'll just have to hold the mic for 2 weeks, and we'll see if he's up to snuff.
Yeah.
What would you do though if like a couple weeks into it, we're like, oh man, Barack Obama's kind of really like just draining the podcast. He sucks. Yeah. What would we do? Would we tell him?
No, we'd just go with it.
But like, okay, what if over time he slowly took over the podcast because he's obviously more famous than us?
Right away he would take over.
Right? No, but I mean like. He just like commands the podcast, so it's like podcast 50 minutes. He talks like 48 minutes, and me and you are just like, I'm Dan, I'm John.
Yeah, like it starts off just as a ScruffCast, and it's like the ScruffCast featuring Obama, and then it's like the Obama Cast,
Obama and the Scruffs.
Yeah, Obama and the Scruffs, and then just Obama. It's just his podcast would become like the engineers in the back. I'm just the guy that searches stuff up.
Yeah, it's like the guy on Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah, exactly. What have we just been talking about?
How did we get on? Oh, you told the Obama story. Oh, we were updating about the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Moving right along.
On to our Florida Man of the Week.
Week. Oh, and guess what, everybody? Since nobody emailed us to say Florida Man of the Week, this will be the very last Florida Man of the Week. It's too late. Even if you message this week, it doesn't matter. It's too late. You've lost Florida Man of the Week.
Florida Man of the Week is dead.
You hear that, Uncle Sheldon?
Howard Stern should have went on vacation sooner.
That's right.
All right. The final Florida Man of the Week comes to us from Florida.
How about that?
Florida man arrested for hitting mom on the head with corn cob. Oh, a big ad popped up for me to read. WWLP News in my inbox. No, thank you. We just canceled the segment. Didn't you listen to us?
Get out of here. We're not subscribing to your website now.
Yeah. A Pasco County man is facing a battery charge after deputies say he hit his mother with a corn cob. The incident happened around 2 a.m. Sunday at a home in Zephyrillis.
Who's eating corn on the cob at 2 o'clock in the morning?
That leads me to believe they had a Sunday, this is Sunday morning, so they had a Saturday night family dinner. And then, moms, they always make too much corn on the cob, right? Whenever, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
Whenever they make a dinner, you always overestimate how many people are going to eat corn.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to have 2 whole cobs to themselves.
Yeah, and then it's like, this one person's like, I had too much roast beef. I don't want corn. Okay, I have another question.
Yeah.
So, whenever you go over for family dinner, do you guys ever have corn on the cob?
Like in the summer, yeah.
Okay. Do you, this is unrelated to the floor, but do you get the corn on the cob and eat it alongside all the other food, or do you get the corn on the cob after you've already eaten your plate?
Dude, it's after I clear my whole plate. Sometimes I get a second plate just for the corn on the cob.
Okay, my family does the same thing.
Yeah,
right. This is the sort of dinner structure my mom's always led. Right, you don't get corn at the beginning. Well, that's just craziness.
But that's just the end, though. Everybody else puts on their plates. That's just like a personal thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I give that the ScruffCast seal of approval. That's the way I do it, too. Yeah. Sometimes I go with the extra plate as well.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a family thing. I think it's like... But I got a problem with like my food's touching.
You want to...
It depends what it is, but I'm not a big fan of like my food's touching, so... See, even salad, like I'll have a separate bowl for my salad.
See, dude, how great would this be? Now Obama chimes in with, well, when we'd eat at with the White House, oh man, we always had just corn up the wahoo, right? And just telling us all these stories. That'd be awesome.
Corn up the wahoo. Okay, back to this article though. So it's 2 a.m. and this guy chucks a corn on the cob at his mom. So this is the scenario I'm thinking of. He's out all night partying with his friends. He comes home a little late. He's drunk, and his mom's mad at him, right? But he's drunk, right? So he's a little hungry, so he goes into the fridge looking for a munch, right?
Yeah.
Whose late night drunk munch is a corn on the cob?
That's why he was mad.
Oh, because damn it, Mom, there's only corn on the cob? Whoosh!
No, because you know what? It was wrapped up in tinfoil. He thought it was a Costco hot dog.
Of course.
Because it has a similar shape.
Of course.
And he goes, son of a bitch! Corn on the cob.
This is the goddamn corn on the cob.
Right, so then he just chucks it. So according to deputies, 27-year-old Cody Cummins threw a corn cob at the victim. The cob hit the woman on top of her head, and arrest report says, so what was his mom doing? Was she like laying in bed? Did he like go and stand right over her bed and spike it like a football at her head? Or like, was she just standing there and she's shorter than him? Or he just really arced it and it just hit her in the top of the head?
There's no context to this article. I think that's even all you have.
Maybe she fell asleep in like The Lazy Boy. You know, she was watching like Late Night with Carson Daly. No wonder she fell asleep.
Yeah, maybe. Like, oh my God.
The deputies responded to the scene say the victim was hurt but did not have any physical injuries.
But like at the same time, you know what I mean? Like if I threw a corn on the cob with my mom and then she called the cops on me, I'd be like, Mom, are you serious? You called the cops on me for that? Like I also wouldn't throw a corn on the cob at her, but like also, you know, why you gotta do me like that?
But you could, and she wouldn't call the police.
I could, and I don't think she'd call the police.
I don't think Mom would call the police either.
No. Like, and how much?
Do you think Anna would call the police? If your corn cob at her head?
She just hit me herself.
Maybe the last time she ever makes corn on the cob.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever even had corn on the cob, two of us.
So he left the scene after the incident and was later arrested and charged with domestic battery. Jail records show he's being held on a $150 bond. That's not very much.
No. Well, I mean, it's just a corn on the cob incident.
I guess, but domestic battery, what's he going to do now? He's not going to get a job. I doubt he has one, but...
Oh, see, you have a charge here of domestic battery. What was it? Oh, I threw a corn on the cob. Drunkenly threw a corn on the cob at my mom.
It's like, at least if it's drunkenly, it adds some context. If it's just otherwise, it's like, oh, dude, you got anger issues. But if it's drunkenly, it's like, oh, we've all been there.
We've all...
Who hasn't thrown a corn on the cob at their mom?
Chuck a few ears of corn around. All right, so you've got a good story. So now, I think we talked last week about your dad. Did we not? We kind of...
Maybe. I think that was actually 2 weeks ago.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So we talked about your dad.
Yes, because it was when our listener Chris wrote in and started the email Danish Wow.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I've gotten some feedback from some of the listeners, and they like when I tell the stories about my dad, right? So you may remember a couple weeks ago.
I do too, and like I feel like this could be a segment in itself, almost. Like
I wish.
I know there's not enough like content, but
not yet. But I got to start talking to the old man more.
Yeah,
hey, Dad, what's going on? You have anything interesting?
Got anything you need to ask me?
Hey, son, why do you keep calling me so much?
I need some space from you.
Hey, Pupsick, I'm just trying to eat my sausage and my bun. Leave me alone. Oh, sorry, Dad. Like, just want to hang out. You have any questions? Well, what country is the most popular in the world? Dude, like, it's just endless questions, man. Like, he called me at work in a fury.
Dude, you know what you got to do? You got to give him one of those Google Home Minis.
But, dude, then I'm going to be replaced.
Well, that's true, too. But, like, it would just be... Because he literally just asked you questions he can Google, but he doesn't know how to do that. So he can literally just say, hey, Google, is there lions in Portugal?
That's an actual question I've got before.
Question, yeah.
He called me in a fury. Hey, Portugal, do they have lions? No, Dad. And I don't even have to Google these ones. I just know it.
Something you just know.
Well, where do they have lions? I think just in Africa. Oh, okay. Okay, bye. And it's always always wants to settle an argument with my grandfather, so his dad, or one of my uncles, like one of his brothers. Because they always just argue, right? Oh, dude, now I remember what it was. He called me at work. I started this story 2 weeks ago and didn't finish. He called me at work. This isn't even the story I had written down, by the way.
Okay, yeah, there's another story.
He called me at work, and it was like 2 o'clock on like a Thursday or something. And I'm like, oh, hey. And he goes, oh, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, oh, nothing. I'm just at work. And he's like, oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. He's talking to me. He's like, oh, I got your uncle, this dummy here, right? That's always how it is.
Yeah.
He actually put my uncle on the phone. He's like, something came up on TV or whatever they're talking about. I think Elton John was on tour or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, because it must run in the family, right? Because he goes,
this is your uncle now.
Yeah, he goes, oh, here, talk to your uncle on the phone. Tell him about Elton John. He's crazy.
What's your uncle's name?
Paul.
Uncle Paul, okay.
Talk to TT Paul.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That's how you say uncle in Portuguese.
Okay.
And it was like they're arguing about Elton John, right? If he was knighted or something like that, right? Just the most ridiculous shit ever.
Which he is, right?
Yeah. So then my uncle gets on the phone. He's like, "Oh yeah, tell your father, this Pupsack over here, isn't it? When you make $1 billion, then they call you Sir, like Sir Elton John, Sir Paul McCartney." Right? Like, it's like, where do you get this stuff?
I thought she just needs to be a billionaire. That's it.
Like Sir Jay-Z, I just read he hit billionaire.
Yeah, Sir Jay-Z.
And I'm like, yeah, well, no, like if you're like really successful.
Sir Oprah.
It's like, well, no, if you're like really successful, like the Queen can like knight you, right? You get officially knighted, then you become like Sir John Paul. Yeah. Hey, Clement, I told you, it's when you hit $1 billion, right? And like, And he goes, oh, no, that's not what he said. Jonathan, give me the phone. Right? And like he's like passing it back like they're arguing, and I'm just like sitting in the stairwell at work.
Right. Because
I had to get up from my desk, right?
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, see, I told you. It's not when you get $1 billion. No, it's when you become successful. Yeah, you become successful. Sir what's his name? Sir Paul McCartney, right? And it's just like, yeah. I can't even remember that. My uncle said it was $1 billion. I can't remember what my dad said it was.
Right.
What the actual argument was. But it's like great because like the third, like it's a argument triangle because my grandfather's in there as well.
Right, yeah.
Right? And he just speaks Portuguese, so I just hear like in the background, right?
But what I love is that like you are the answers guy.
I'm
like,
the
no
Judge
matter
Judy.
What? That's it. Yeah. Whatever you say goes.
Yeah.
And they know it. They're like, okay.
But the thing is, like, I'm telling him, no, it's when you become successful. Yeah, when you make $1 billion.
I told you. He's like, no, that's not.
And I'm like, well,
to make that.
Yeah, okay. I just kind of have to just reassure them. Yeah. Like, but. Should I tell the other story?
Yeah. You got to tell the story you're originally going to tell.
So the original story was my dad, he just loves TV and he loves movies, right? Like he used to have a whole big bookcase, like bookshelf, filled with a bunch of DVDs, and each one had a little white sticker on it with a number on the sticker. And then he had a little black book, and he had the numbers drawn. Or he had the numbers written down with the list, so he wouldn't have to get up and look at the shelf.
Oh my God,
right?
That's insane.
Or like squint or whatever. You just look in the book.
Wow.
And just another little side story. He always had this movie High School High,
Okay.
which I always wanted to watch. With what's the guy's name? I can't remember the actor's name. Why am I thinking? It's not Eugene Levy. That's the other old guy. What was his name? I don't remember. He was in Rat Race. Bald guy, older, chunky guy. I gotta look him up. I need to know the name.
Okay. Can you tell the story while you're looking this up? Because that all has nothing to do.
Yeah, this is just another thing. But I always want to watch High School High. John Lovitz, that's the guy's
name. Okay.
That's the guy's name, by the way.
Okay.
It gets a ScruffCast seal of approval. It's probably got like a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Anyways, I always wanted to watch it. My dad would never let me. So, because he's like, movie's stupid. But it was still numbered and on the shelf.
Right.
So, nowadays he has like an Android box, right? So you can just watch whatever TV shows and stuff like that. So he'll always like call me, right? And for the longest time be like, oh, when does Game of Thrones come back? Because like you have to remember, my dad is like, he doesn't have a computer. He's like off the internet, right?
Off the grid.
Off the grid. So you have no way of knowing, right? It's not like it says like Game of Thrones coming back. Because you don't have commercials. There's nothing.
Yeah,
he's never seen ads. He's not going on Twitter.
No.
Right?
No.
What's a kawaii? He doesn't even know, right? So it's awesome. It's awesome. You just like, you don't even have these worries, right? So he called me, when's Game of Thrones come back? Oh, it's not coming back for like 2 years, right? And he's like, what? Oh, 2 years? What the heck? So, because actually what happened, they took a 2-year break between the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
1 year went by, and then he called me. He was like, no, they took 2 years. What, another year? Oh, my God. So then he was watching the show for a while, Shooter, which I'd never heard of. But he's like, oh, yeah, I like to watch the show. Comes on the box, right? That's what he calls it, the box.
Yeah, the box.
Yeah, it comes on the box every week on Tuesday or something like that, right? So he's watching, and he's like, oh, can you look up when it comes back? Because, I was watching each week, and then now it hasn't been on for like a couple months, right? And, it was getting good. So I'm like, I look it up, and it was on like the 3rd season, right? They're at the 7th episode. And I looked it up, and it's like, oh, that main actor broke his leg, so they had to stop shooting, right? So they just sort of canceled the season, and then it was sort of indefinite on if the show was going to come back or not.
Oh, okay.
So I told him, oh, the main actor actually broke his leg. So they just had to stop the season. They're not sure if he'll come back. He goes, oh, we should sue them. How can they do that? They don't tell us? How am I supposed to know? And I'm like... I was just like...
I don't think you can sue them for that, Dan.
I don't think you can sue them. First off, you're watching it on the Android box, so they're making no money off this. Yeah. Right? But it's like, it was just so funny.
Oh, my God.
It's like, oh, we should sue them. How can they treat us this way?
Like,
it's
so
like one
upset.
of those,
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Maybe if you get enough like stories, we can make that a weekly
I'll bring
segment.
it back every now and then.
Yeah.
And it's quirk about my dad. He always starts his phone calls with, hey, son.
Hey, son.
And whenever he sends his text, it's a son. Like, hey, it's a son. One of
His
sons.
name's Jamie, right?
Jamie, yeah.
Yeah, so Jamie Tales. That's what we'll call him.
Jamie Tales. Well, actually, it's like Jaime. So the Portuguese pronunciation is Jaime.
Okay,
so my
Jaime
grandfather, Jaime.
Jaime tails.
Yeah. Jaime.
Or what's dad? What does he call? Like, what does he call your grandfather? Pie. Pie tails.
Hey, Pie.
Pie
Pie
tails.
like P-A-I.
Yeah, pie tails. That's
Yeah, Pie. I told you, Val Kilmer. He's 57. I looked it up, by the way. He's 59. I was
59.
close.
Yeah, not bad. All right. So what we are going to go on to next is, I think we found a new segment, a new little thing we're going to do, and I think this one's going to stick.
Yeah, we just need enough topics for it. So, do you want
Which
to
are
tell listeners
endless. I think they're going to be just fine. And this, everybody can get involved in this too. That's the fun thing about it. Which, this has already kind of been started.
A little.
Yeah, started kind of with you, and then Kalon a little bit. And we had an email ranking favorite condiments, I think, right?
No, it was just a topic I brought up.
Okay.
And then my sister emailed the following week to give us her
list of condiments.
Her list.
Yes,
of
okay.
the condiments.
So, we are going to do top 5 lists.
Yes.
I think part of this stems from, too, we literally just, for the past, 2 hours, we're just watching top 10 videos on YouTube.
Top 10 most dangerous roads. In 1917 in Austria, they threw dynamite and blew this tunnel in a mountain. It's like, oh, shit, man, that's
was
crazy.
ridiculous. They had to move off to the side so they didn't explode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing, is top 5 things. So, today's top 5, we gotta do we have a name for this? Top 5,
Top 5.
All right, that's good. Today's top 5 is top 5 fast food restaurants.
So,
some ground rules.
We each brought our own top 5 list without telling each other what's on each other's lists, right? Mm-hmm. So, do we want to sort of compile the ScruffCast official top 5 list? So, the way I was thinking, number 5 gets 1 point. Number 4 gets 2 points. Number 3 gets 3 points. Number 2 gets 4 points. And the first place thing gets 5 points, right? So my first place thing will get 5 points. Your first place thing will get 5 points. And then if we have any sort of crossover, right, that'll propel them up the list.
Okay.
All right, and then we have the official ScruffCast top 5.
Oh, okay.
Right?
This is cool. I like
right.
this.
So I got my little notepad out here.
And I've got my phone.
All right, and I'll do the math for the scores after. So
okay.
would we like to start out with
you go first.
Number 5?
Oh, we're going to go number 5, okay.
Yeah, we start off at the bottom.
Okay,
work our way up.
Yeah.
So if we have honorable mentions, do we want to mention them now? No, because we'll mention them at the end.
Yeah, honorable mentions. Honorable mention will come after 2.
Oh, yes.
In between,
dude,
2 and 1.
Love it. Okay.
That's what Watch Mojo does on YouTube.
Shout out.
Shout out to Watch Mojo.
All right, number 5. Am I starting?
Yeah, go ahead.
My number 5, fast food. Now, you can say whether it's fast food, they do serve food. I'm going with a Canadian staple here. Mm-hmm. Old Timmy Ho's. Tim Hortons.
Okay. Oh, quickly, some ground rules that we already discussed before. So we're not doing any local spots. Like, we're not doing any, one location places. We're doing, chains.
Yes.
Chains that are famous, chains that are well-known. That's what we kind of work this down to. And no pizza places. We're not considering pizza places.
Because that could be its own
list. That's
list.
its own category.
And we said fast food, if it's in a mall food court or something like that, that's fast food.
That's fast food, yeah.
It's good.
Okay, so Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons.
Oh, okay. Now,
it's just a Canadian staple. You get that double-double. It's just so good.
No, I agree. But spoiler alert, I do not have Tim Hortons on my list. And I love Tim Hortons.
You do. We get it every Monday.
I know. I have one I'm drinking right now. But the reason is, the food at Tim Hortons, I don't care for. I don't care for any of their food. I like their coffee. I like their Timbits. I like their bagels. I like their muffins. I like their breakfast stuff. All these sandwiches and poutines and stuff, get that garbage out of here. I don't want it.
To be fair, I've actually never really had any of their non-breakfast or bagel offerings.
There you go. So that's why they're not on my list.
The coffee's such a staple that it gets them number 5.
All right.
That's why I put them at the bottom.
Number 5. Fair enough.
But they're important enough to go there.
Okay. My number 5. Subway.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know what's my favorite thing at Subway? You get a nice foot-long sandwich with a chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk is tasty.
Yeah.
It is a good mix with a sub.
A chocolate milk and a sub is a fantastic mix. My dad told me that.
Wise man.
Yeah. I don't think he drinks chocolate milk anymore, but I think back in his day, he drank some chocolate milk.
So what's your go-to sub?
It's the BLT minus the T.
No tomatoes.
Don't like tomatoes.
Just some BL.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
I like the Italian BMT myself.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Number 4, John.
Number 4, Burger King.
Oh, okay.
Now, I like Burger King. I feel like at the same time, like, it gets the appropriate amount of respect, but it also gets, like, not enough respect, if that makes sense.
All right.
Because, Burger King, they're trying their best, okay? They're trying their best. Everybody knows they're not the number 1 burger chain in the world.
Yeah.
They're not the actual king. But come on, man. They've got mozzarella sticks there. So good.
And mozzarella sticks are to die for. Yeah.
They're good. If it's to die for, it gets on the list.
Fair enough. Okay.
Number 4.
Number 4.
And Whopper Wednesday, let me tell you, I've been to Whopper Wednesday many a time in my day. I used to go, there was a Burger King directly across from the college I went to. I used to go every Wednesday. People are going, wow. People go, I was going to say banana, and then I was going to say, wow, for the Whoppers. And there's people going, what? People go crazy for these Whoppers. Dude, people literally come in and order like 25 Whoppers to like bring back to their office building. Yeah, so they're standing there with a huge cardboard box. And I remember I would be behind them, and I'd want no onions on my Whopper, right? But I'd just say, I'll get a regular one, so then they can just give me one of the 25 they're making for this jabroni ahead of me.
Right.
No, these Burger King people would just make all 25.
Right.
But that's the thing. I've been to a few shitty Burger Kings in my day. There was another one back when I used to, at my previous job in Liberty Village is where I worked. Dude, it's like the world's shittiest Burger King. You're standing there, they're like walking around like they don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man.
But
it made number 4 on your list. So.
Number 4. The Monster Sticks.
Live and Die by Burger King.
Yeah.
All right. My number 4. You ready? McDonald's.
Oh.
I know. It's a little low on the list, and that's no disrespect to McDonald's. Because I love McDonald's.
It sounds like so serious. A little low, but it's no disrespect.
No disrespect. I love McDonald's. I do. But let's get number 4. I got a couple of my faves ahead of it.
So it's not that McDonald's is poor. It's that these other places you put above.
McDonald's is like the go-to. I must say, like it's just boom right there. Always solid.
Because
always
it's consistent,
fantastic.
right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I think it should be noted as well for the listeners. You're not really a burger guy.
No. Yes. Well. Right. Yeah. So my views on this are a little skewed, but
all right.
So
dude, I'm already liking this segment.
This is good.
Listeners should write in.
I actually don't care if anybody else likes this.
No, this is just
fun for me.
Because it has a little mystery, right? We each bring our own list.
Number 3. What you got?
We'll try to work this in each week. And you guys can email scruffcast@gmail.com if you guys have ideas.
That's right.
If you're like, hey, do top 10 vegetables. Homie, we'll bring our top 5 vegetables. Sorry, not top 10. We'll bring our top 5 vegetables, and you can write yours in the list, too.
Absolutely.
And we'll just shred your answers. Or maybe we'll agree. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right. Number 3, A&W.
Oh, solid. Okay.
Now, I don't know how popular A&W is, like in the States or elsewhere, but just really solid.
Just Canadian, isn't it?
Is it really? I'm not sure, but
I don't know.
It's just really solid. Their onion rings, awesome.
Like that's the thing. The onion rings from A&W are probably better than anything at any other fast food restaurant. Like alone on its own, right?
They're very good.
Like that's how good those onion rings are.
And another thing I appreciate about A&W, they don't put ice in the drinks. They just chill the cups.
When you're there, you get the glasses, like the mugs.
Yeah, when you're actually dining in.
Yeah.
You get the glass because at A&W it's an experience, right?
Old school.
And like they got these the Buddy Burger, so good. It's a little pricey, so you're not going there every day. Well, you shouldn't because you get diabetes.
It's a goodie.
It's good. It's good.
All right.
So A&W is number 3 on my list.
My number 3, Jimmy the Greek.
Oh,
I love Jimmy the Greek, and Jimmy the Greek's like a food court type thing. This is where we had to come up with, could you put food court stuff in there? Cause
yes.
We're discussing it, and we don't think we've seen Jimmy the Greek anywhere else except for kind of food courts. But Jimmy the Greek is solid, especially the one at Sherway.
Yes, we hit it up pretty much every other week.
Yeah. Like, there's, in Etobicoke here, there's a place on Bloor called Magic Spot, and apparently it's known to be, like, the best Greek food in the area. So me and my dad went and got it, and it was okay. Jimmy the Greek was better. Really? Yeah.
Jimmy the Greek, you get a good portion of food, too, for $10.
Jimmy the Greek, yeah. There's no messing around, man.
You get your meat. right? Like your gyro or your souvlaki. Get your salad, your potatoes, your rice, and the salad. So good. The tzatziki.
Throw some pepper on there. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Jimmy the Greek.
We're cooking.
Jimmy the Greek, baby.
Jimmy the Greek. Jimmy the Greek, so good. That's my number 2.
Whoa! Jimmy the Greek!
Jimmy the Greek, for all the reasons you mentioned. It's just a solid option. I never go to Jimmy the Greek and go, unless I somehow didn't get enough.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Jimmy the Greek, fantastic. All right.
Indeed.
My number 2, Taco Bell.
Oh.
Now, I know what everybody's thinking. Taco Bell, I will also admit, is the grossest place, like, the grossest fast food place, but the chicken quesadilla and the fry supreme is just like, it's like a guilty pleasure food.
That's exactly
it. You don't
it.
want to admit that you like Taco Bell, but Jesus Christ, Taco Bell is one of the best Mexican food places there is.
And you don't go to it all the time, right? You
No.
can't go to it all the time or it would lose its luster. It's like...
For sure.
I'm trying to think of it. It's like thinking about high school, right? You think like, oh yeah, back in high school it was so cool, right? And when you really dial in on it and you really have like a astute observation, you're like, maybe not as much as I thought.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with Taco Bell. If you ate it once a week, you'd be like,
Too much.
this is actually not as good as I
Once a
thought.
month is probably too much. Twice a year, I think. 2 to 3 times a year, I think, is a safe Taco Bell thing.
I think
and the
so.
hot sauce, too, man. That hot sauce. Holy shit, so tasty.
I mean, the fry supreme alone,
yeah.
right? Like, what a smart business move.
Yeah, Taco Bell is great. Another place is not too expensive.
No.
Not overly expensive. Taco Bell, number 2.
Good choice. Well, Taco Bell didn't make my list because my number 1.
Oh, wait. Honorable mention.
Oh,
Jesus
yes.
Christ, John.
What am I thinking? Okay, I've got 2 honorable mentions.
Oh, what? 2. All right, go.
All right. The first one, a little off the board, if you will. I think the company went bankrupt, but they're still kind of around. There's one downtown I walk by every day. Quiznos subs.
Quiznos.
They're very good.
There's one open downtown still?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I ate there maybe 3 months ago.
The chicken cabanera.
Yes.
Ooh.
That was exactly what I got because it's so tasty.
Delicious.
You get like the little dipping sauce.
That's just
so
nice
good.
too. You get all the sauces on the side. You pick
Yeah.
whatever you want.
That's one of my honorable mentions.
What's your next one?
My next one was Dairy Queen.
Oh, okay. I've never actually had their food.
So I've had it a few times. It's quite good. But what I
hear. Yeah.
really like about Dairy Queen, they got their $7 meal deal.
Oh.
Right? So you're getting your burger or your chicken tenders, which I know you love chicken tenders.
I do.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
And you get your dessert, right? Normally they give you a little sundae. But for an extra $1, you bump that up into a Blizzard.
Boom.
Right?
That's
So
all
they have the dessert down pat and the food's pretty good.
Yeah, I hear the food's actually pretty good. Honorable mention. DQ.
Honorable
Okay.
mention.
My honorable mention, I only have one. Popeyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
My girlfriend loves Popeyes.
Oh, Popeyes is something special. Like,
Dude, they got the biscuits.
because like KFC, absolute junk. I can't stand KFC.
The popcorn chicken, though.
Yeah, it's okay. They're gravy. That's all they got going for them. But Popeyes, oh, that's some good chicken. Like, it is so
Dude,
good.
that's their slogan.
Yeah, I know.
Popeyes, ooh, that's some good chicken.
Is it? Yeah, it might be.
No, but it's finger looking good.
No, that's KFC.
What's Popeyes?
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Is that the actual slogan? Love
I
that
don't
chicken from Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
No, it's like this. It's like
No,
yeah.
I know.
But like the biscuit, you get the little biscuit with your meal. Oh my god, man! The biscuit's so warm and flaky
So
and
good.
buttery.
It's not a
Jesus
fast food
Christ.
place, but they got good cheese biscuits at I was gonna say Lobster Bay. The Red Lobster.
Red Lobster, yeah, they're unreal. Yeah,
I will say the coleslaw at KFC is just terrible.
it's garbage.
It
Green coleslaw is not coleslaw.
it's like minty. It's like
Yeah.
what is this?
That's nonsense.
You bring that to the cookout, you're not coming back.
Yeah. Don't bring me that pail. You know, you get those pails from the grocery store. The green pail of coleslaw. Get that
Yeah.
garbage out of here. You shred some goddamn cabbage, a little carrot, throw some mayo in there, some salt, some pepper, some vinegar. Make your own goddamn coleslaw. Don't serve me
Come
that
on, for a company
garbage.
the size of KFC, they could afford to make some coleslaw.
Yeah. All right. Number 1.
Number 1, the king of fast food, McDonald's.
Okay.
McDonald's.
I knew you were going to choose McDonald's as your number 1.
Well, I talked a little bit about it on that podcast a few weeks back with Kalon, but McDonald's is just perfection.
Yeah, I do not disagree.
You know that moment at the end of every day when you just crawl into bed and you just pull the comforter over yourself, or duvet if you're fancy, like me, and you just go, this is the best.
That's McDonald's.
That's a McDonald's cheeseburger.
Okay.
And now I know you're not a burger guy, but
not.
I don't even like onions. But the little onions on a McDonald's cheeseburger, they just tie the whole thing together.
Wow.
Dude, it just makes me weep. It's so good.
All right.
And the fries, perfection.
McDonald's fries, there's no one's better.
No, the king of fries. Ugh,
Yeah. Amen.
so good, dude.
All right.
So good.
You ready for my number one?
Let's hear it.
Harvey's.
I knew that's what it was going to be. I know you're a Harvey's
and
guy.
you know what? I love Harvey's, and the reason I do is when we moved to Etobicoke, the closest fast food place was Harvey's, and like a McDonald's, anything like that, was like further away, and like they were in kind of weird areas to get to, kind of like weird to get in, weird to get out. So I just ended up going to Harvey's, and I fell in love.
Harvey's is good, man.
I love Harvey's. Harvey's delicious. That's it. You get the frings, you get a little bit of fries, you get a little bit of onion rings. I'm a big variety person. I like to have a little bit of everything.
That's one of the things I love about Harvey's. They have the fring, so you get onion rings and fries as your side.
It's the best thing.
But I find every time I do that, I go, why didn't I just get onion rings? Cause,
I know. But then you get the onion rings, it's like, this is too much onion rings.
yeah.
I don't want to, like, I need the mix, you know? You plow through all those fries first, and then you're like, yeah, onion rings. Let's do this. And they get the Chipotle sauce there, too. Like we talked about before, Chipotle. Very underrated. And not very many places offer Chipotle, and they got it.
That's true. Subway's another one that does.
Yep.
All right, Dan. So I'm having a look at the final rankings here. Would you like to hear it?
I would. Go from 5.
All right. So I should go from the bottom. We have a couple ties. How do we want to treat ties?
I don't know. I'll be the tiebreaker. Give me the 2.
All right. Hang on. I'm just adding them into the list here. Doing the math in reverse. Doing all of the ScruffCast calculations.
Beep boop beep 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 boop bop.
Boop, 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 boop. I should have been doing this on the fly, but I had to give you the full respect of listening.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Alrighty, we are nearly there. Almost there. My pen is crapping out on me. Alright. So, I believe that's everyone accounted for. So, obviously, all the honorable mentions don't even make the list.
No.
They were just honorably mentioned. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we had a two-way tie for 6. They don't even make it. Correct?
Yeah, it's just top 5.
All right. Tim Hortons and Subway got eliminated, each with 1 point only.
Fair enough.
In 5th place, with 2 points, Burger King. Have it your way.
Wow. Burger King makes the list. Okay.
Burger King makes the list. In 4th place, with 3 points, A&W.
All right.
Very good. In 3rd place, with 4 points. Actually, maybe Burger King shouldn't have made the list because we have a tie further up. In 3rd place with 4 points, Taco Bell.
Okay.
In 2nd place with 5 points.
Is this a tie or no?
No.
First place the tie.
First place
So
is a
Burger
tie.
King gets the bump.
Burger King gets bumped. Sorry, Burger King. Whoop.
See ya.
See ya. All right. So 5th place, A&W, 3 points.
Yeah.
4th place, Taco Bell, 4 points.
Okay. 3rd place.
3rd place, Harvey's, 5 points.
Respectable.
And a two-way tie, taken up 1st and 2nd.
Yeah.
McDonald's
And
Jimmy the Greek.
Oh, nice.
I like those. There's
I
two
like
solid
those.
choices for the
that's
top.
good. Yeah, I like that.
I had McDonald's 1 and 2. You had Jimmy the Greek and McDonald's 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So that overlap cross combination
Yep.
shot them to the top of the list.
Nice. I like that. That is, yeah. The very first official ScruffCast top 5.
I like that. You could think of it as like sort of, a guideline for living your life. You get, a top 5 each week. Now, maybe we won't do it each week. It depends. We got to come up with stuff.
We'll see how we're
I
feeling.
threw out the idea of top 5 fruits earlier. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. So let us know your top 5 fast food places. What are you thinking? Let us know why.
Yeah, write in with your answers for the this week's top 5 list, and then also give us suggestions for topics as well as your own ranking for ideas for next week's topic. Otherwise, it's going to be up to us to come up with whatever we want.
And we'll just talk about whatever we want, as usual.
Yeah, did you disagree? Did we leave something off the list?
Let us know.
Let us know. We want to hear your grievances.
Yeah.
I know we have a listener or two out there who has strong opinions about food.
We do.
We do. And I'm just going to
We have
say,
a few.
nacho cheese is not a condiment.
Agreed. Although it's delicious, not a condiment.
Of course. Deliciousness, guaranteed.
Alrighty. Okay.
All right.
So we got a question upon it for next week.
We do.
John.
All right. This might be one of my favorite question upon it we've ever found.
This is a good
We've
one.
had some good ones, but this is a great one. If you could go back in time and hands down win any argument you've had with anyone, what argument would you choose to win?
Wow. Possibilities are endless.
Possibilities are endless. You get to go back and you just get to go whoop, and just you win that argument just because you were correct.
Yeah.
But whatever you wanted.
Okay. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Oh, just racking my brain.
That's right. All right. Let us know what you think. Email us, scruffcast@gmail.com. Tweet us.
At ScruffCast. Follow us on Instagram. Maybe if you guys start following us on Instagram, I'll start actually posting on there.
Yeah. The ScruffCast.
At the ScruffCast. If you listen on iTunes, give us a review. It will help other people find the podcast.
Maybe even Obama.
Exactly. So then we can have other people write in, giving us even better content for
That's
the
right.
ScruffCast. Giving us their top 5 lists. Otherwise, we're going to come up with a top 5 list. Listeners who didn't leave reviews.
That's right.
You know, tell your friends. I know you guys have friends out there. Do you want to get bullied?
We know that we're your guilty pleasure, but I told you guys all my guilty pleasure fast food place, Taco Bell.
We're your Taco Bell. So
Yeah. Let your friends know.
you want your friends to miss out on the fries supreme that is the ScruffCast?
If you're listening on YouTube, give us a thumbs up.
Give us a thumb up.
Subscribe. Yeah? Or is
Yeah.
that the thumb up?
No, that's different. Thumb up
Oh,
is you
okay.
just smash that like button.
Oh, it's just
that's
like
what
a like, okay.
That's what the kids say nowadays.
Smash that like button.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course they do. And comment. Comment as well. Let us know. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, you can just
Good or
comment
bad.
your top 5 foods. We'll read it on the podcast. You don't even need to email us.
That's right.
We'll come to you. Just literally scatter your message somewhere on the internet and we'll find it.
We'll find it.
We'll find it.
All right. Okay. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the new stuff on the podcast. And say goodbye to Florida Man of the Week. It was short and sweet.
But you know
And
what?
You will never hear Florida Man of the Week again.
Top 5 is going to be a much better segment.
Top 5 is where it's at. Let us know if you guys like it.
Florida Man didn't even make it to 5. We only had 4.
I know. Just garbage at Florida Man of the Week. Did not like it. Right from the start. Wasn't a fan. All right. Okay. That's it. Thanks for listening, everybody, to episode 56 of the ScruffCast. And we'll catch you next week.
Distracting, got me like, oh, as I'm watching her go. All I'm thinking is, oh, damn, that bad thing. I can tell you're really good at distracting.
I'll tell you what, I'd take my toes over my fingers.